Hello, my name is Jessica, and today I will be going over the introduction to the C3 High School Marathon Challenge, which is called C3 Cinema. Have you ever wondered how your favorite sci-fi or action movie shot its explosion, fight, or chase scenes without putting the actors in grave danger? The answer is most of the time they use special effects. There are a variety of different types of special effects. However, some which we will explore in today's marathon challenge include cinematic chemistry. So, materials can often be substituted with non-harmful chemicals that look just as real. Think fake glass, fake blood, or even fake snow. Another trick that directors use is masterful makeup. So, costume and makeup artists often spend hours applying makeup to create realistic looking injuries or non human characters. So, think artificial skin, deep gashes, or bullet wounds. Another type of commonly used special effect is green screen effects. So, for super dangerous stunts, actors often use something called a green screen. So, this is when actors will perform the stunt against a green background, and then digital artists will remove the green background and replace it with something else. So, think of an actor running away from an explosion or a fire or jumping off of a really tall building. The last type of special effect, which we will explore in today's challenge, is dimensional delusion. As you can see in this image, there is what appears to be a giant squashing a bunch of other smaller humans, although we know that probably these people are all actually the same size, but rather there's a trick called forced perspective, which is being used. So when actors are seen as spinning around the screen or getting bigger or smaller or are a different size from what you would expect them to be, this is often through using forced perspective. And it can be achieved using different sized props, standing in different places in relation to the camera. So an example is in The Lord of the Rings, they actually used giant furniture to make the normal-sized actors look like really tiny hobbits. So now moving into the task description, you have entered the C3 short film contest called Me versus Machine, and your challenge is to create the best short film on who will win the ultimate battle of humans versus robots. In order to do so, you will need a stellar plot, a brand new machine that you invented yourself, and lots of special effects. So just to go over a few ground rules, you will be submitting 2 videos by the end of this challenge. The first video, which you will be presenting at the C3 showcase, which is at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, must be no more than 5 minutes long, and it must include at least one of each of the 4 special effects that we previously discussed, in addition to a new machine that you have created yourself. You must also pre-submit a second how it's made video that explains the behind the scenes of how you achieved your special effects. And this is just to make sure our judging team doesn't miss anything when we're scoring you and that we are able to acknowledge everything that you've put into this video. The how it's made video must be no more than 10 minutes long, and it is due at 4 p.m. Mountain Time into our C3 submissions email, which is c3submissions@teamupscience.com. We do have to go over some safety precautions because we will be having you guys doing special effects, which may involve dangerous things in one capacity or another. So all teams must submit the special effects that you are wanting to use for each of the 4 types of special effects, as well as any additional special effects if you're planning on doing additional special effects, for approval to our C3 submissions email. And you are not permitted to start exploring those special effects until you have received an email back from us saying that everything on your list is approved. If you do not receive a reply to your email within 2 hours, please give a call to one of the on-call phone numbers, which I will be showing on the next slide. If you plan on using fire or explosives in your movie, it must be done with the green screen. We do not want you using chemicals or paints or makeup to create fire or explosions for your safety. Lastly, you are encouraged to search stuff up on the internet, especially for your cinematic chemistry, if you want to know good recipes to create realistic looking fake chemicals. So as I mentioned before, here are the on-call phone numbers if you are having trouble reaching us at the C3 submissions email. If you're from Eastern Canada and wanting to get an early start before 8 a.m. Mountain Time, you're welcome to call Ross at the phone number listed here. Otherwise, if you're planning on starting at 8 a.m. Mountain Time or after, here's my phone number as the on-call phone number. So just to quickly go over the materials that you will need, we do have a few mandatory materials. The first one, of course, is a DIY green screen so that you can do your green screen effects. And we have tested out this challenge and it has been shown to work with any green background. So it could be a green canvas or a green tablecloth, green wall, anything like that. To achieve your masterful makeup effects, you will also need some form of makeup, face paint, or regular paint. If you don't have any makeup, you are welcome to just use paints or ask your parents or siblings if they're comfortable loaning you some. To make your video, you will also need some form of video editing software with green screen capacity. Our team recommends Movavi Video Editor, iMovie, or VSDC Pro Video Editor for Windows. We have tutorials on how to use all of this software on our C3 website in the tutorials section. However, if there's a video editing software that you are more comfortable using, you are by all means welcome to use it. Lastly, you will need some measuring cups and spoons for the cinematic chemistry section to mix your chemical concoction. There are also some optional materials which you will need at least some of to make things in the cinematic chemistry section, as well as make your machine, which you will be using as a plot element in the man versus machine plot. So on to everybody's favorite part, how do you get points? So this challenge is out of 450 points. You will get up to 100 points for plot elements. So this basically means, does the movie have a sound plot that explores the theme of man versus machine? And do the special effects fit in well with the plot? You'll get 50 points for just including all 4 types of special effect. So make sure you include all 4 types, and you'll get up to 25 additional points for each type of special effect, depending on how convincing each special effect is. You'll also get 10 points for each additional special effect that you can include if you want to put multiple in the same category, to a max of 100 bonus points for 10 additional special effects. In terms of including a machine, you will get 50 points if you include any machine at all, and you will get 50 additional points for creativity and originality, as well as functionality of that machine. It's really important when you're making your how it's made video to give a detailed outline of what you are doing to hit all of these scoring criteria to make sure that our judging team gives you points where you have put in the work to get points. And we really don't want to miss anything that you've included. So make sure you go over it in your how it's made video. So here is the scoring rubric, which gives a bit more of a detailed point breakdown of some of the criteria. I'm not going to go through it in detail here in this introduction video. However, feel free to pause the video and take a look at the scoring rubric for yourself. Good luck on this marathon challenge and have fun on the second day of C3.